All right, what is going on, guys? How y'all doing today? Beautiful evening for a little bit of a live stream. I figured, I have not really been posting a ton of videos because life has just been really busy, to be honest. I've had, it's the summer. I always have a lot of gigs, and it's one of those things, where I just don't have a lot of time to sit down and record, especially City Skylines videos that take a little bit longer to record and edit. So I like to be able to, do all my recording and editing. A little bit here, sorry guys. There we go. Let's try that. Perfect. All right, but yeah, I like to do, all my recording and editing myself, so it does take a lot of time. And then between work and, gigs and just other, I'm just out of town a lot in the summer, a lot of family parties and things. It's, just, I think most every weekend I've been gone and not in front of my computer. So free time has been limited, but we're here. We're going to do a little bit of a live stream tonight. Not going to be super long. I say that and it might be like, an hour and a half or something, but either way, the goal today is to build this waterfront area. This is an area that I have been dying to build for a long time. I have really wanted to build this ever since the, especially since the new, I can't even call it a DLC, the new update with all the key walls and stuff. I've really been wanting to build this. So I've done a little bit of preparation work here. So I kind of divided this. This land is actually not the easiest to work with. So if you notice, it actually kind of slopes up this way. So I had to kind of divide it into tiers to get it to work the way that I want it to, because I feel like the problem that a lot of people run into when they build waterfront areas is that they don't realize the height difference between, where their land ends and where the water starts. So I like to keep my height difference kind of minimal, because, you figure, look at something like, even when I'm driving down, I live in Chicago, and so when I'm driving like down Lakeshore Drive, you're right next to the lake, and you're a lot closer to the water line than you would think. And so I kind of like to build my cities that way. I like to keep a sensible height difference right next to the water line, so it doesn't look like, you're falling off a huge cliff right in the downtown area. You would figure that this area probably stemmed from a port at some point back in the day. You have a lot of rail traffic here. This was probably a big industrial area, and now it's going to be converted to, some more residential use or some office use. And so what I'm thinking of here is I actually removed a little bit of industry here. So I think we're going to have sort of a residential / financial district here. And then we're going to transition into, if I have the time today, I'd like to build like a kind of industrial themed park. We have a cool asset that got released in one of the more recent updates. Let me try to find it here. We have this dockyard lounge park, which I put in the other city, I think, or wherever. I put it right here. No, not in the other city, just right here by the train. But there's something else too. There's like like these barracks. This looks like it could have been like an old industrial warehouse or something. So maybe we could try to work this in here somehow. So I'm really excited to try to see what we can do here. So first of all, let me know if the audio is unbalanced, if you can't hear my voice, if you can't hear, or if the music's too loud. Always let me know, throw something in the chat. And if it sounds good, awesome. But yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do here is kind of just drag out some of these roads. So what I'm thinking of is we have this main road here, and I'm going to make this area a combination of regular roads, but I want to keep it kind of pedestrian friendly. So we're going to drag out a regular road kind of along this edge here, and then everything down here is going to be pedestrian keys. And I think we could do that. Well, actually, yeah, I think we could do it with a regular key wall if we use one of these medium keys, and then we upgrade this to a pedestrian road. I think we're going to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. So let's begin, and I know these aren't perfect, so let's just begin by dragging out one of these regular roads here. We're just going to go down to ground level like so. And then we're going to give ourselves sort of a line, kind of like a line to work off of here. So for the keys, these are a little, I gotta admit, it's a little bit difficult to get these to work the way that you want them to. You kind of have to like, see, it says it's too low and it's in the water, but it's like is a key wall. It's kind of supposed to be. So in the vanilla game, working with key walls is a little bit frustrating, and I got to be honest. So I think what we could try to do. How did I get this to work? I got this to work pretty well in the industrial area. I think I just like. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we could do this. So we're gonna start by making this here. Then we'll do another regular road. Actually, we're gonna go right like that. This is kind of gonna be our first tier. Okay, so now that we have this road in place, we can drag this kind of like so. And I don't think this is steep enough to have a key wall here, which is why this isn't making one for me, which is fine. I'm not upset about that. But essentially what I want to try to do is try to get this to where I can kind of frame out this coastline and then upgrade these to be key walls. But I feel like it's almost not, is it really just like not going to let me do that? We're going to try our best here. So something like that. Then actually, no, I want to bump this out a little bit more to make it in line with that road. So we're going to play around with this land a little bit here. So you can see how frustrating it is to do this in the vanilla game. It really is tough. Like, I know I could just download one of those, like the Road Anarchy mod, and just do this in the click of a button. But for this series, we're gonna stay faithful to the vanilla game. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see what we can do. I am thinking about doing like a new series pretty soon. In addition to this one, I still want to keep this one going. I want to get to at least like 50 episodes. But I would like to do a series similar to how I used to play in City Skylines 1, which was like lightly modded is how I would describe that. So hopefully we can do something like that pretty soon when I get a little bit more time and have a little bit of a better plan. Yeah, I think, is that lined up with that? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. I kind of wanted to make these a little bit pretty much even, so. Got that the way that I want it to. Let's just kind of drag this out a little bit. You know, the good thing about doing this is that we already kind of saw in one of our prior episodes just how. Come on. Just give me a little bit more. We already saw how drastic moving out this land kind of affects the water. So I want to make sure that we're not doing that too much today. We're not going to really be adjusting any land outward. So this is kind of as far as I'm going to go in terms of taking over some land, you know, in the water. So, okay. Now we've got this. Now, how did that, okay, I think, I bet you I know what's going on here. So let's grab like that. And we'll just kind of level this out right like that. I'm wondering if it was too deep to make a key wall. So we're going to kind of make the coastline a bit more shallow. And hopefully if this works, I'm going to be really excited. But I hope that you guys will be excited too, because that means you can try this in your own city. And maybe we can see that making key walls in the vanilla game is not as impossible as you might think. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited. I got a big show coming up on Friday. My band is playing a kind of a local, I guess I could say it's a local music festival. They have a lot of tribute artists, and we're doing a tribute to I guess it's not, we're not really doing a tribute. We're a band that plays cover songs, and so we're just playing a set dedicated to Rush. Being a drummer, that's, you know, a lot of fun if you know anything about kind of Rush. They're definitely a musician's band. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Let's start with that. Let's see what we can do here. So, theoretically, I should be able to just... And of course it's not going to let me do that. Of course it's not going to let me do that. Of course it's not. In water. Yes, it is in water because it's the key. Ooh, but it's going to let me do it here. But not... But... Oh, guys. Already I can't catch a break. Okay. See, that is what I want, right? Wait. This is extremely frustrating. Extremely frustrating. Okay. How does this work? So this is like really steep. It's like right on the edge there. Let's see if I bump this up maybe. What if I bring this down? No. A little bit deeper maybe. Doing trial and error here, guys. Trial and error is the name of the game. Let's kind of bump this. We'll keep that at 20. Let's grab this. Oh, there we go. This might be what we need right here. Maybe my slope was a little bit too shallow there. Let's try this. Hopefully, by adding this a little bit of land, we're not like flooding my university. That's why I'm trying to keep this right on kind of the coast as best as possible. If you guys have any suggestions on how, if there's an easier way to do this in the vanilla game, please let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to keep kind of experimenting. I really wish there just was a way to just, you know, easily upgrade a road, make it a key wall. See, so, okay, so it's going to work here. No, it's not. It's not going to work. Are you serious? Okay, this is ridiculous. What is going on? It says like right there, it should give me a key wall. Same with it should give me a key wall. Why are you not giving me a key wall? Because it didn't even have, oh my God. I was using a regular road the whole time. Oh, guys, get out of here. That's it. That I can't stream tonight. This is horrible. What is even going on? Okay, is it still not going to do it though? That should have worked, but it didn't. Now I'm genuinely confused. Because I did that. Yeah, I did just make that a key wall, definitely. Okay, let's try this again here. So we got that. Okay. So now, theoretically, I drag this out. This should give me one. It really should. Okay, so let's see. This is medium key with two-way road. So snap to shoreline. Do I want to do that? Yeah, see, like right there, like that should be giving me one. This should be giving me one. Let me see if I can get rid of, like, I wish I can get out of this zoning view. Like there, that looks like a key. It should give me a key wall, right? And it doesn't. Why is it not letting me do this? Okay, let's try. Oh, this is very annoying. All right, what if I do that? Then, no, it's not gonna let me do it either. After a certain point, I'm just gonna chalk this up to a loss. But it is frustrating considering that like this realistically should be able to give me one of these. So now what if I, okay, let's try this. Let's try to delete it. We'll try to snap to the, if I try like this. Ah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. So maybe it's a matter of getting the land kind of built first. There we go. Okay. I think we're in business now, guys. I think we're in business. All right, let's see if we could do this. So it should be coming right there. Bam. Yes. Now I am excited. I am excited now. Okay. Great. Oh, that's going to be too far. It's not going to let me do it. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too far, so I think I need to bump this land out kind of like to here just a little bit. I don't want that side. I want to be able to zone on this side. So now we're got a height increase there, which is a little bit strange. I kind of don't want that. Oh, but if I bring that down anymore, we're going to be into flooding territory. I guess that's okay. Not the flooding part. Because then this would have to come up too. Yeah, so I guess this is kind of the best we could do. For what it's worth. That's fine. I'll live. I could live with that. I could live with that. All right, now let's do another one. I think this one, this should be here. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Key walls and the vanilla game are possible with a little bit of frustration. Oh, look at this. Is so satisfying. I'm so happy I'm able to do this right now. Yes. And then we'll actually we're gonna upgrade this with a regular road. What? What? Get out of here. It's not in the water. Come on now. Sure. Whatever. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. Alright, let's do this one. Oh, whoops. Get a key wall. There we go. And see, yeah, it does look like I can still zone on these, so I think my my plan is working. Hehehe. Very exciting. Oh, whoops. Want that. Perfect. And then one more here. Yes. We've done it. We've got our key walls for our downtown waterfront area. So this one I'm actually gonna, dare I say, I'm gonna rebuild that because I don't want it to go out that far. I don't want it to just go like there, because then we're gonna do a little this is gonna be like a beach is what I'm thinking of here, if we can make it work. Hey, what's going on? Long time no see, man. Or viewer, patron. Yeah, I kind of want to do. I want to do like a beach, like all along here. Yeah, I'm gonna take this back. Yeah, I know. I haven't done a video, especially in City Skylines. I haven't done any City Skylines videos in a long time. I'm sorry. Like when I started the stream, I was talking about how life has just been really busy. Just a lot of gigs this summer, just being away from my computer, you know, for the weekends and stuff, and even with work. Like, you know, I work in the finance world, so we had like our summer interns and everything, and so just a lot of work events, and a lot of my free time was just kind of caught up doing other stuff. So I've been away. I've been busy, and I've not been able to. Exactly. Yep. I hear you. So, dare I say, after this live stream, I want to get back into making some regular episodes. I just thought that this would be a really, really nice build for a live stream. This is something that I've been wanting to do. I kind of have a plan, but not like a plan enough to sit down and record an episode. I kind of want this to just, you know, naturally come together. And, you know, we'll get as far as we can. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to get everything that I want to get done today. But I think we can get pretty close. And so what I wanted to do, oh man, I had this idea when I was sitting looking at the city. I spent a lot of time in City Skylines just opening the game, kind of flying around, and then, oh, we have a lot of dead people. Just kind of flying around and just kind of thinking about what I want to do. And I was thinking about how can I connect, you know, kind of like these two areas here via a road that kind of runs along the shore here. So I think we're going to try to do that. That sucks. I'm sorry. Computer problems are horrible. My old computer, actually no, my old computer kind of crapped out on me one time, and it was like, it was horrible. was so upset. This one, fingers crossed, I've been okay. It's still pretty new, so I'm not super worried. But you never know. You never know what can happen. So the thing we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna get away. We're gonna get away from the key wall. I'm just gonna kind of follow this shoreline a little bit, and I think what we might do if we can bump this out, maybe we'll have a little. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do. So we had. I think what we might have to do is make like another main road connection. So I think here's a main road. Yeah, this is what we'll do right here. We'll take this intersection, and this is pre key wall update here. So this might go. This was like very frustrating to put together. And you can see the water level has changed. So we're gonna maybe redo this a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete that for now. This whole area is gonna get redone now that the key walls are in the game. And of course now I'm not doing this right. All right, let's see if we could do like a key wall here. I'll do a +0 slope. Yeah, I don't want a slope there. So then what we could do now is we can make this into like a actual functional place. So we'll kind of, I don't want to build right up to the waterfront here. I'm actually thinking we do kind of some like, maybe some row houses kind of up against this rail line. Or not row houses. Yeah, what's your question? Always happy to answer questions. Glad your computer's running much better. Always a good thing. I think what we'll try to do here is we'll try to do a little bit of a like a non-developed waterfront. So we'll get like some pathways, you know, and some nice trees, maybe a nice waterfront trail. I'm gonna try to give a little bit more land here by this river so we can do that. I wouldn't say that's definitely, it's definitely allowed to, you're definitely allowed to ask that. No, I haven't yet. I follow, you know, a lot of YouTubers, and I feel like no matter how much time I have, I never have time to watch everybody's videos that I follow. But I will definitely try to check it out. Try to check it out this week. I'm gonna get some time in front of my computer. I just have a lot of, you know, I have a lot of other people that I follow too, and it's like it's hard enough to make videos and watch videos, you know. You know the deal. Okay. Yeah, I got your I don't think you can post links in the chat, but or sometimes it doesn't always work, but either way, I know your channel name. I immediately, you know, I remember seeing your comments on a lot of my early videos, so thank you for the ongoing support. I greatly appreciate it. But all right. Oh man, am I excited. I'm excited. What a beautiful sight to have actual key walls in the vanilla game. I take a look away for 2 seconds. We have a massive death wave in the city. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Always love to see that, guys. Okay, so anyway, what I was getting at here is, I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to make this into a more pedestrian-friendly area as best we can. So what I want to do is upgrade, see if we can upgrade these. Oh man, can we not? I thought there was a pedestrian. I know there's like a pathway key, but maybe I can't. What if I like don't snap to it? No. It's not gonna let me do it. Oh, that's annoying. Come on. Whatever. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't have any moderators on my chats yet. Mainly because like there's not enough people to have to do that. But anyway. Okay, so let me think about how I want this zoning to work. So I don't want... Oh, you know what I want to do? This is what I want to do. I want to, now that we have key walls, we're going to kind of build this. See if we can get a key wall here. On this side so that we can have like, you know, a proper, like use all of this area for zoning. Actually, you know what? That reminds me. I'm going to rebuild those. I'm going to rebuild this. What we're going to do here, let's see if we can do this. So we're going to start with... let's level the terrain. We're gonna go like halfway. If you kind of split the difference, then it's a lot easier to get a key wall for the road. So let's do something like that, and then we'll do something like that. Like that. Right on. Okay, so now, theoretically, if I do this, see, yeah, okay, so now that's going to give me the key wall that I want. Awesome. Okay, so if I go here, we kind of do something like, where's that? Where's the freaking, but you got to be careful for stuff like this, where it like gets a little bit whack. We'll do that. Oh, man, but I messed up again. It's like, why wouldn't it let me snap to the side of that? I needed it to snap to the side of that building. That could have given me the weird dip. No, it's not. Aha! Yes. And then, yeah, this I actually do want the incline there. Okay, that's not what I wanted. See, this is the issue that you run into, though, is you get this, like, sometimes you get this thing here where the terrain just, like, doesn't want to be your friend. That's really frustrating. I guess when you look at it, though, yeah, you kind of do notice it, don't you? Maybe it's best to not even try to do a key wall here. Maybe we should just chalk this one up to a loss and kind of just do a regular road. I think that's probably fine. I don't think we need a key wall here anyway. Oh, well, maybe we could do. Hold on a second. Hold on now. Hold on a minute. Aha! There we go. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Actually, I'm not. I want that to be the same way, but I guess it's not gonna, probably not gonna let me do it. Which is okay if I can't get that. I think what I will do though is I will try to get this. I want to force this to be not elevated then, so that it's a little bit more consistent. Let's try this. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that. We can make this work. What I am gonna do, even out this slope. So the slope tools actually become one of my more like widely used tools in this game. I think it's really easy because now look at that. Now we got this nice even slope there instead of this weird, you know, jagged looking thing. So we'll do this again here. Bring that road up. And we're not going to connect this one. That one's going to stay the same. So now that we have that done, now we can actually do some of the zoning that I want. So I think I want to try to make, again, try to make this very pedestrian if I can. I can kind of do something Now I thought I remember. If you make this into like a cul-de-sac, then it won't give you the error. But with it being a one-way, it might. It doesn't. Oh, check it out. Sweet. Excellent. Oh man, there's like 13, 14 of you guys watching. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Late night on today, Tuesday. Glad to see all you guys here. Really appreciate it. This is really fun. I'm excited to be able to do a little building today. I haven't done a lot of this lately, and I miss it. And then this, we're actually gonna try to make this like a three-way intersection or a four-way intersection. So we're gonna do something kind of like, really, guys, I cannot catch a break today, man. Come on, please see these skylines. All right. Ah, no. So annoying. Oh, Vanilla City Skylines, you will not win today. You will not get the best of me. You will not do it. All right. So we have a little bit, I know it doesn't look like much, but we got a little bit of an area to work with now, which is actually very exciting. And then here, this is where I wanted to do a pedestrian street. Kind of along like this whole thing. So I figure we'll have like a nice beachfront here, and we can kind of find a cool way to like slope up to the whatever you call it here. Okay, so we'll try something like this maybe. Although, you know what? I think I might have to make this a road. Because I want to, like I said, I want to put like a park kind of over here. So I feel like I'm going to need to have some sort of connection kind of from like here over to here. And this road might be that connection. So let's do a little bit of terraforming again. And we're going to kind of tier this here, I think. We'll kind of make the... Okay, so now these are the same height. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Okay, perfect. So we'll try to kind of loop these in somehow. No, we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see what we can do here, because I'm a little bit, like I said, I don't have a super clear plan of what we're gonna do. But we're gonna try our best. Actually, maybe we can do something like... We'll come back to that a little bit later, I think. Also, that's not even square there. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll try something like this for now and kind of see what we can do. I think this won't be the worst thing. However, what I don't want to zone anything on like that road there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pop out. We're going to get ourselves some kind of like some guidelines here. Let's do something like, not like that. Yeah, kind of something like this. That way we got rid of zoning along this way, so now all the zones will face kind of here. And it's the same thing I want here. I don't really want people to be like zoning up against this road. I sort of want it to be like up against here, so we might just fill this in and then just kind of leave it. Actually, you know what I could do? Do something like this. We're just experimenting here, guys. I don't know how any of this is gonna look. It might look terrible. We're just gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. All right. So now that my death wave is still very, very much strong, let's just start putting down some buildings. Let's just kind of see what we can do with some of this. And I want to, man, this is gonna bug me. Oh, that's gonna bug me so much. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. Okay. I'm ready to start giving it a shot. Get some zoning going. See what happens. So I actually want to use some offices. And I think for the offices, I'm going to put these maybe like here. Yeah, we'll make this like a little office park. Oh, did we not have 3x3s for the regular? What about for the Chinese ones? Do we have 3x3s for them? No. Of course we don't. Oh, wait, I wasn't even using these. No, we don't. Great, okay. Let's do a Chinese one. Or not. Oh, that's gonna be tall. Oh my. You know what? Actually, no. One of the New England ones. Northeast. Sorry, same thing. All right, we'll try to get some office buildings here. And again, we can kind of come back through. You know, if we don't like the way that they look, we can come back through, adjust. Add in some parks and things, you know, make this area look. We're going to detail this up at some point. Maybe not tonight, but eventually. So we'll do that. And I kind of want a nice mixture of, I want to get some residential here too, because I feel like this is going to be a cool place for a park, like all along here and maybe like along here. Actually, no, you know what I wanted to do? I don't know if I wanted to make this whole... I was brainstorming about this like the other week, or the other day. And I thought I wanted to make like a park here and then kind of extend it out to like all, like be like all this would be like a big... All right, we're back. Sorry about that. My internet has been kind of buns lately. I don't know why. I got a message the other day from Xfinity saying that they were out here to like fix some stuff, but does it look fixed? Not so sure, but we're back. Thank you for your patience. I apologize in advance for any interruptions. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that there. You know what I'm going to do here? We're going to do... No. Yeah, we are. do like... Okay. I want to make sure this like fits really well. Oh, you know what? Actually, we'll leave that like that. But then we're going to get two of the same building. That'll be annoying. Do that. Maybe? We'll see. And then we can do something like one of the regular ones. Because I know that the southwest ones don't really go that high. So I want to get a little bit of a... I want a very prominent skyline here. And of course, now they don't want to zone any high density. Which is fine. We'll live. We will live. So... we'll let this zone in for a little bit, I think. And while that's kind of zoning in, let's jump over here. And I kind of want to think about... so, I know I talked before about doing like a tram network kind of along this way, but I just don't really know how feasible that's going to be. And if I do one, I might even just kind of have it, you know, kind of run over here instead of trying to bring it like around this way. So I'm not really sure what I want to do about that yet. I think instead what I might do here is just zone some stuff, to be honest. I don't think this rail line is going to make it out over this way, even though I kind of wanted it to. You know what we'll do? We'll do this here. Do sort of like a pseudo rail line. It kind of terminates there, since it was, you know, we can imagine that this once serviced this industrial area, but now is no longer part of this. And maybe that'll be my excuse to finally get the tram network going out this way. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with that. Might be an interesting project for a later time. But for now, what we'll do is we'll add in like one of these parking roads. We can add in some offices here, and we'll do another pedestrian street here. Something like that. Maybe. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna downgrade that to a... let's make it a pathway. We don't need like a big, huge thing there. Do I want some offices here? I think so. We'll see if we put like a plaza or something over there. You see, these are very, very tight. It's like too many buildings. Might replace a couple of these with some parks. Might do that. We'll let them all grow in, and then we'll kind of see where we stand. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! This is gonna be humongous. Look at the size of this one. Wow. Wow. That's kind of what I wanted, though. I wanted this to be like the modern area, you know, the modern city center. Just a lot of tall skyscrapers. I mean, this is like you're looking from the water. This is where you're gonna see. I think it'll be really cool if we get a lot of very prominent buildings in this area. I'm not gonna be upset about it. And then we'll have a big park right here along this whole waterfront. Nice beach area right here, I think. Some prime. We're gonna have some prime real estate right here, guys. This is gonna be like just the best. The best of the best. I think I might even throw in a couple of older buildings as well. You know, give sort of a cool kind of history to the city. Oh, I wish I could like extend this out just like a little bit. Come on. No, it's gonna make it redrag it, won't it? Of course. Why would City Skylines ever want to be nice? Sweet. No, but I don't want that. Okay. We're getting high density back for residential. I think we'll zone a little bit more of that. We'll put it, see if we can get some nice buildings like right here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll do like some different sizes a little bit. Mix it up. It's a little bit smaller than what I would have thought, but it'll work. What's this one? This is the southwest one. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's kind of something about, you know, having the southwest, these smaller ones kind of right on the water, because then you figure, you know, if you live in one of these ones that are more inland, you could still see over the lower height building. Like that. Now here's the real question. Can I add trees to these key walls? I think the answer is no. But it isn't. Oh, that's exciting. Yes. Oh, that's so cool. I love a good tree-lined street. Just like that. Oh, that's perfect. Sweet. I know you're probably like, oh man, you should add some palm trees. Yeah, but I haven't used palm trees like this entire build. So I don't think I'm gonna start now. I'm sorry. And my next project will add some palm trees, I promise. That'll be just as awesome though. Just some nice tree-lined streets, tree-lined key walls. I love it. Actually, no, we'll mix it up a little bit. Let's add some, change these to some lindens. Yeah, I like it. All right, now we got that done. Let's do. We can get this, the one building that I want. Is it 6x3? It is. Oh, and of course now all my density is gonna go away. No. Okay, guys, it's all right. We'll manage. All right, we'll see what comes there. Again, we're gonna take a look at when this is all zoned in and see if it's like too many buildings. And now I know I probably need some commercial too. I know. We could do some waterfront shops, maybe. It's gonna be really, really busy. That's all. Maybe we'll do like commercial like here. Have some high density commercial. What do you think? Give it a shot? Why not? I'll add some more residential in here. This could be a nice place to kind of split this up and add another little pedestrian street. Just like that. We can add some residential right along the water there. Maybe we can do the same thing here, kind of add in a bit of commercial. I know we're probably going to get like a lot of noise pollution in this area. But, you know, in the words of AC/DC, rock and roll ain't noise pollution. We're going to deal with it. You see, I kind of like that. Kind of like that right there. Just a big building. Very cool. I think, you know what? We actually have, I think, a pretty nice... Oh, wait. I already put that down, didn't I? No, I didn't. Ooh. This could be something that we could put down here. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we could put it over here or something. Maybe we can put it right over here. Yeah, that'd be good. Let's do that. But let me find the building that I was thinking of. I had something. It was a signature building. Was it an office? Yeah, we're the offices of a sushi restaurant. Oh, that's actually pretty big. That's a big building. I did not think it was that big. Wow. Okay. That kind of changes some things. Oh, that would fit so perfect right there. Look at that. Look at that. But I like these big buildings. Ugh, I'm conflicted, guys. What should I do? Do I dare just like place this down right here? Or do I get rid of all of this? Put it down over here. Nah, we won't do that. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna rebuild these. And this is just a regular one, right? Yeah, I think what I might do is make these a bigger lot. Yeah, all right. I'm already rethinking my entire zoning plan here. So this is a 6x4. Do we have 6x4 here? We got 4. We got 6. Yes, we do. So I'm gonna try to get this building to like spawn in here. We're gonna try to get a 6x4 building here. Because that would be like, that's kind of what I want in this area, to be honest. So there's my 4. 6. Ah, no. Stop. Yes. Perfect. Okay, sweet. And this is a 6x6, and this is a what? This is a regular one too. Okay, cool. So I don't have 6x6 here, sadly. But I can do this. Something like this. Let's do something like that. We'll do one of the Chinese ones there. Because those kind of have a smaller footprint, it seems. Yeah, I'm sad to get rid of these, but we're going to get rid of them. I want that building. I think that's a very cool building. And it gives us some benefits. We get 1 office, 1% office efficiency citywide, 1 interest, university education, graduation chance, and +5 well-being. I mean, why wouldn't we do that? And it fits so perfectly. Look at how perfectly that fits, guys. Come on. Come on. You can't even like be mad about this. Look at that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking about some city skylines, putting the skylines in city skylines right here. That's what we're doing. This is exciting. I've been waiting to do this for ages. All right, sweet. So, got a little sip of whiskey going on here. Beautiful night for it. It actually is a beautiful night. The weather here is starting to get a little cooler. We had a couple of really hot weeks back here in Chicago. So now it's a comfortable like mid 70s. Like today when I walked to work, or walked to the train, I guess, to get to work. Man, it was just perfect weather. Perfect weather today. 266 jobs. I know there's still the office bug where like they have like 5 jobs sometimes. So hopefully that'll get fixed pretty soon. Yeah, check this out, man. Look at all these nice buildings that we got going on here. This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay, I gotta stop looking around my city. I can do this for hours. All right, we'll wait for our high density demand to kind of pop back up. And right now, I think we're gonna go into park mode. So, what I am thinking is we're gonna try to have like, what the best way to do this here. So, okay. We're gonna try to kind of make Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we might be back. Are we back? I think we're back. Right on. Well, we're not going to call it early tonight. I think we're good. I think I just had to reconnect stream. Seems to be working now. Let's just roll with it. All right, cool. So, while that was having its little fit, I built some pathways and I built some key walls, and I want to build this park. I want to put this like right here. This cool like dock. This neo barracks. I kind of like the look of this. I think it looks very much like an old industrial building. Then we're gonna try to put that right there, and then we could try to work around. This. You know, we got to connect up a road here somehow. We got to connect up. You know, we can bring this road like around or something. Bring it down. Somehow. Even though we have quite a slope to get back up to here. But I think we might be able to make something work. I think we might be able to make it work. We could probably do something like this. Like if we just kind of do something like that. Thank you guys for sticking around and being patient. I'm really sorry about my my internet troubles. It has not been super fun lately. I don't know what it is. It's just like I've had a lot of issues here with it. So bear with me. We're trying. I apologize for the inconvenience. But thank you all again for being patient. So let's do something kind of cool here. Let's actually bring, I know we just like slope that, but we're going to do something different. We're going to bring this around. We'll level all this out to be kind of the same height. Let's try to do something like, oh, nope, not like that. Make that a little bit more. Something like this. Well, and of course, now it's not going to let me do it. A little weird pathway there that I connected. That's okay. Make it work. Oh, actually, I didn't do this far enough over. That's annoying. Whoops. Let's go like that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So now, kind of level this out a little bit here. Make this into a nice little area. There we go. So now I have this nice little road connecting this up. I'm going to remove, you know, parking. This will be like trees and stuff. We're not going to have any parking on that road. But the reason I want to put this park there is so now I can drag a pathway with a key wall up against this building here, kind of like this. And can I connect that? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Just like that. Now, realistically, I probably could do something like dragging this, you know, out here, but I'll leave that for now. We'll come back to this little spot a little bit later, maybe in another episode. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, oh, no. Don't want that. Do not want that. Do a little reset here. See if we can get this without having to go all the way up there. Ah, no. Now I think we might have a problem. Try this. See, I kind of want that to just keep on going. try that, and then there we go. That'll work. That'll let me do it. Sweet. Okay, cool. So we got that done now. That is very exciting. Now, let's do some stuff with this, with the beachfront. So my whole goal for this will kind of make like a little, sort of like a break wall here with some boulders. This isn't the best looking thing in the world, but it's definitely effective. And when you zoom out, it really doesn't look that bad. I kind of cover this. We'll see what I end up doing here in a minute. Basically, when you cover this with trees and make it really just like, you know, properly green, sort of turns into like a very nice, you know, little spot here. So again, we're not going to focus too much on detailing in this episode. But what we will do is make the beach. So what I did here is I wanted to make the sand, or I wanted to make the pathway sort of like the separator between the beach and the, you know, the land. Oh, whoops. So I figured I'd just kind of, I figured which one looks better. Got that one, and we got, yeah, definitely the first one. That's the one that I want. So if we kind of do something just like this here. And hopefully this looks okay. Don't judge me just yet. Yeah, I like it. Okay, this worked out well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this as the sand, and then we'll make like a green, sort of like some trees kind of along here. Make this like a nice green area. And we'll do, again, the same thing that we did over there, kind of around here. We'll just soften this up. Sort of use these boulders to kind of make the break there, and then we can just fill this in with some trees. We'll throw in some bushes too, if I can fit them. Usually the flower ones work really well. Throw in a couple of these. There we go. So now we have this nice little natural barrier. And we'll do the same thing. Like, we'll fill all this in at some point very, very soon. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that, because I don't want to mess with it at the moment. That's kind of like an off-camera type job there, to try to detail all this up. You know what I mean? I just don't really want to be messing with that right now. That is a lot of work. That's a lot of work that I feel like you guys don't need to sit and watch forever. Knock that pathway up. There we go. And already you could see that this is starting to take shape. You could see kind of my vision here. You know, we have these nice little juts out into the lake or river or whatever, the bay, whatever you want to call it. We have, you know, this area that's going to become a park. And yeah, this whole section is just going to be full of liveliness, and it's going to be great. And so since we do have some more demand, before we kind of... I'm probably going to start wrapping up here pretty soon. This is getting a bit late. It's almost 10 o'clock my time. But what I will do is add in a few more buildings before we go ahead and call it a night. So let's do like a big... See if we can get a big 6x6 here. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Maybe next to it, we'll get a nice European one. And of course, that's going to just completely deplete all of the demand that we had. Because what else would City Skylines do? Yeah, love it. Okay, great. So now we got that. And what else can we put here? Let's see. So we could do here, we could do something kind of nifty and do like some mixed use, maybe. We could do like... Where's my... We do like some urban... I know we've been using the urban promenades a lot. What about even some southwest mixed use? What about that? Like right here. See if we can do something kind of nice there. You know, we'll even throw some southwest high density right there. And that's probably not going to develop, but we're going to try anyway. We're going to try. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think so far? I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I know we'll spend some time kind of detailing up, you know, everything, adding in some trees and such, especially like here, you know, in these little areas next to the road. A little bit of trees and greenery really goes a long way with like projects like this. I'm telling you, it's gonna make it look really nice. And then, you know, I'm saving this area for like a tram line potentially or something of that sort. So we're just gonna leave this for now and not really touch it, because I wonder if we're gonna carry on, you know, any industrial or not industrial, residential development into this area or not. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But look, my death wave kind of gone away. That's good. We don't really have any problems in the city anymore. That's exciting. Look at that. Things are really taking shape. But I think before we head out, I want to develop kind of this a little bit here. I think this is a kind of a nice area to build some homes. And I think we're gonna do... this is a long road without any connection, and I kind of want to connect this somehow to like this, but this is just such a big... You know what I can do? I can do something like this. And yes, I know there's a railroad track here, and it's probably not the most ideal connection, but it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I promise. We can make that work. Yeah, I almost want like another connection here somehow, but I don't know where I would put it. That's the only thing. I don't really want anything coming off over here because that's already going that way. I mean, I guess I could have like a little offshoot or something here, like something kind of goofy. Nah. I could also have something here if I really wanted to. But now I think we're just kind of adding intersections to add intersections. I don't really know if we need them. I'm kind of okay having this just be like one long stretch of road. I don't think it's the worst thing. I think what we'll do is we'll have a combination here of like mixed use and row houses. And then maybe some like bigger buildings kind of over here. Yeah, see, I kind of like these in this area. I think they fit the aesthetic for what I'm going for really, really well. So we'll keep that. Yeah, just trying to take a second to kind of admire what we've done. It is amazing how just a dense waterfront development with some nice clean quay walls, you know, some like right angles like this really makes the city just look so much different. I mean, it's kind of nuts. And I know this is not detailed yet. We don't have anything like this park is not built yet, but I think once this is done, this is really going to make this downtown really something special. You know, I love building like a nice downtown. It's just something that just I love it. I love it. So let's try to keep it going just a little bit more here. I think we got some we got a little bit more left in us, I think. So in terms of the land, I don't want to do too much with this because I feel like it's going to start to mess up my floodplain. But I do want to bump this out just a little bit to kind of give us... It sort of follows the contour of that river. I'm trying to do something that's going to look... I don't like to mess with terrain too much in my cities, if you haven't noticed. I kind of like to follow what the topography gives me. But I think sometimes it is a little bit necessary to take some liberties, because now we have... You know, I think it would be cool to have like a nice sort of lakeside or riverside trail, you know, that people can walk on or bike on, even though there are no bikes in the game. I think that would really make this area look nice. Especially since this is going to be mostly a residential neighborhood. So what we're going to do, speaking of residents, let's put some in here. So we'll do... I do like the Southwest mixed use. Who would dare just go for regular North American? Mixed use? I guess, for now. Do something like that. And then here we have this road that kind of went this way. I think I could actually connect this up somewhere if I really want to. Like I could do something like that. And I know it's not really too great with our zoning here. You know what? Yeah, let's not scratch that. I think I might keep this in line with this road. And then I'll have it cut across. Oh, so now you're not going to work, huh? There we go. Is that cheating? Kind of. Just enough to give me the clearance. I need that clearance there. So that'll work. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Let's do another... We're starting to get on the lower density side of things. You know what we'll do? I still think that the Southwest high density still lets us have quite a bit of height. So I think we're going to use a few of these buildings here. We'll do something like that. But I don't want it to face that way. Whatever. We'll make it a little park or something there. It could be nice. Actually, no. No, I don't want that. Don't want it. There we go. That's better. Perfect. So now we can do that, and then we can do like a medium density regular building, regular North American. A couple of those. Looking good. We've been doing medium density Southwest building, a couple of those there. Could have gone. Now we can. That's a different thing. So we'll do that, and then we'll do another mixed use, I think. Go for Southwest. Why not? And then here, I think we might opt for some row housing. What do we think? I think so. And then same thing with this. I think we'll do a little bit of row housing here. Then we'll mix in maybe like a UK apartment. Nah. We'll mix in like a medium density building. Or two. And some more row housing there. So yeah, so that way this is, you know, this is kind of a nice residential block. People can live along the water, but it's not going to be crazy expensive real estate. Even though we are getting pretty dense, but that's okay. And then I think a nice transition style here will be that southwest medium density. We can go all the way 6x6. I don't know if there are any 6x6, or the southwest high density. I mean, I don't know if there are any 6x6 high density southwest buildings. But let me just zone like a big area and kind of see what pops up. I'm a little skeptical here, to be honest with you, of what we're actually going to get. This one, I feel like I could almost go North American instead. I think that might be, like, North American medium density might be a good one for this. It looks like it'll give me that extra, you know, these buildings typically have a little bit bigger of a footprint. So I kind of want to try, oh my, there we go. Okay, sure, yeah, take it. I don't want to go too close to the tracks there. Actually, you know what? See if we can fit like a little park here or something. This area is very park deprived, I would say. What about Chirper Park? Should we do something like that? Or an activity playground? What about a hilly playground? Oh, that's kind of nice. Put that there. See if that's any good. We'll see. We'll see. We might change that. I don't know yet. I kind of don't like this road though. I sort of want something different. I sort of want... That's really huge. I don't want that. But I do want something kind of like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, kind of like something like this. You do it. We could use the alleyway, but I don't want to use the alleyway. I kind of like the road. Why not? Let's give it a go. I know I've been talking this whole time about building this like pathway. Let's jut this out just a little bit more. Give ourselves a little bit more room to work with. And we'll soften this out just a little bit. Do something kind of like this. See how this will look. Oh, whoops. I don't want to do. Off to a great start. Yeah, I know we're not really necessarily following the topography. That's like not really the point. Just kind of trying to make something that is going to be functional, and then we'll fill this in with like some trees and such. It'll be a nice little waterfront area. Man, I hope my internet's just messing with me. It says we got 100 views already on the live stream. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever gotten a live stream with 100 views total in one session. That is phenomenal. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that. This is fantastic. Yeah, so we got some oh, that's looking, see, that's looking nice. I think that's kind of what I wanted for this area. So this is gonna look really good. I could go ahead and, you know, start making the trees. Start planting the trees that I want. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something really, really annoying. Oh, I forgot I have this. I forgot that I have this. Oh no, but that's the best we could do. Ah, oh, that's not cool. That's not cool. I need way less distance. Well, I guess at the very least we could, like, you know, kind of do half the work for us. Then I'll fill in the gaps. I wanted to put the kind of line this with these rocks. I think that'll make this look a little bit better. Yeah, it's looking nice. Now I should be able to fit, like, oh, this is tedious. Ah, oh, come on, man. Really? There we go. We'll just kind of take what we can get. I'm not too worried about this. It's more just about the aesthetic, you know, when you zoom out. If you spend too much time detailing, sometimes you can get carried away, and then you zoom out and it really doesn't even matter. So in this case, we're just kind of doing what we can, just trying to get the like I said, get the aesthetic that we're looking for. Here we go. Now we're moving. I can rotate this rock a little bit. It's a lot easier. For some reason, it doesn't let you rotate when you do this random placement mode. Kind of frustrating. Whatever. Be worse. All right. See, is it perfect? No. But when you zoom out, is it fine? Yeah, it's fine. It's just fine. That's what we need, right? It's just, you know, it's okay. So now, let's kind of wrap this up here, I think, by doing some proper landscaping. And before we do that, actually, I'm going to add another couple of entrances here, because it is a little bit... There's a long ways away for, like, some of these places. How about that? There we go. That's a little better, I think. Couple more access points. I'm happy with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of these trees. Something like that for now. And yeah, I know it's not perfect, but I'm not going for perfection here. Kind of like when, you know, it's not everything is super linear. The cities aren't, you know, always perfect and linear and where everything's planned. You know, sometimes you got some different stuff. Kind of gotta roll with it. So we'll do something like that. Maybe those alders are kind of big. What about a chestnut tree? Plant some of these over here. Like those. And I could go crazy and like plant a bunch of bushes like along the waterfront if I really wanted to, but I kind of don't want to do that right now. So we're not going to do that. Not going to do it. Yeah, what do you guys think? I think that kind of just makes this area a little bit better. Just very simple. That took what, you know, 5-10 minutes just making a little pathway. We got this nice residential area here zoned out. Some row houses, some medium density, transitioning into our higher density for the waterfront area. Let me know if you guys think this is too low density for this area. You know, I know it is a little bit of an abrupt transition from like here to here, but I'm kind of not mad about it. I think it looks all right. So, you know, that's annoying because now that's not gonna let me zone here. I feel like it's not gonna, like if I do that, yeah, it wants to zone on this road, which is really frustrating. So what we can do, sure, yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. All right. What I think we could do now is this high density? No, this makes use. So now let's see if we can do some of this. Where is my south? This one. We'll roll with it. We'll see what we can do. Try that. See how that works. I feel like we could do with a few more taller buildings, to be honest, though. Some of these, this one is a little bit small for this area. Same with these. Yeah, I think we could do with some bigger ones. Let's see if we can. Oh, I didn't even zone that in. There's our problem. There we go. I'll just put medium density there? No, I don't want that. I want high density. Yeah, good enough. All right. See if we get something a little bit better there. But yeah, I'm liking this so far, guys. What do you think? Looking good? I think it's looking good. These are a little bit small, but you know, I guess it's whatever. We'll manage. We'll manage with it. And same with like this, like we can't really zone anything here. I would just put a park here, make this a little detailed up. And then again, we're saving this kind of for a future transit development, so I don't want to put anything there just yet. Just yet. We'll save that for a later date. Another death wave hitting the city. And then I think here we're going to develop this up into a little, you know, residential development or something too, because we do have like this I like the transition between like the modern kind of downtown and then the older downtown. You could tell, you know, at some point in the past, you know, this was like primarily industry, like I was saying earlier. And then so you probably had a lot of the older residential here, but the new residential took over the industry over here. And now we have, you know, the kind of the old versus the new. I think that looks really, really cool and is very important in the city's history, you know, to have stuff like that. I think having stuff like that in your build kind of tells the story of your city. Same with like this old park, this old, you know, what looks like to be like an old warehouse or an old industrial building. You know, this just kind of shows you that this industry was slowly pushed out over here over time. And I think it's doing stuff like that's really cool. And I like to put these things in my builds to the best of my ability. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I am liking this so far. I think it's 10:20. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream for the evening. I'm glad I got done with what I got done. It's not everything that I wanted to do, but this stuff does take a while. It takes a lot of planning. Plus my internet, you know, connection issues were not helping. But this definitely gives me an idea of what I want to do in like some future episodes, you know. So I think we're going to build this park. That's going to be one. We're going to build this up. That's going to be one. Probably the same one, just finishing, you know, detailing this area up and making it look really nice and putting the park in and everything. Because I gotta sit and kind of plan this a little bit because there's a lot of elevation changes here and I'm curious how I'm gonna get around that. I could think about, you know, I always talked about putting a tram network somewhere over here. I could like throw a tram right through there or something and kind of divide it up that way, but I think the tram might be better suited to kind of come around, you know, like the downtown or over here or something like that. So we'll see. I'm not too set on even having a tram here anymore after I'm thinking about the future of the city. So we'll see what happens. But at the very least, you know, I think we'll there's some room, you know, to detail up, like add some key walls to the industry, detail up the industry a bit, detail up this. I still want to fill in some of these gaps here. Just really spend some time and you know, like this and this. There's some things that could be done here, I think, that I haven't really spent a lot of time on or given a lot of thought to. And then just generally just upgrading some of the density, increasing some of the density in the downtown and around the downtown. There's a lot of lower density developments here that I think could be a little bit, we can upgrade to some row houses and some medium density apartments, some mixed use. So we'll get there eventually, but yeah, that's all going to come in like a future episode. So what do we got here? Oh no, oh no. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot that I needed to add in a water treatment center. Man, that needs to be the next episode. We need to build a water treatment facility, and I don't know where I'm gonna build it. I don't know. I think I might try to do it over here. I think I might try to do something over here with the water treatment facility, and then, you know, kind of expand some industry out here, make this into like a very cool industrial area. I'm even thinking about going absolutely insane and really messing with the terrain here and building a port, because we kind of need one. And I just like, the cargo harbor is so huge though. I think, you know, can I just, let me humor, we have 44 development points. Before we end the episode, I know I'm just going completely crazy here and not even, just going off track. But if I took this cargo harbor, okay, it's not as big as I thought. The only problem is we don't really have rail access coming over here. So I'd have to somehow get this rail line to go all the way over here, which we could do. But I'm not sure if that's the best idea. I'm thinking, I wonder if there's another place that we could put the port. I wonder. Because trust me, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about where to put this port, and it's really bugging me. But I feel like it needs to be here. If this is like the bigger city in the region, I feel like it needs to be over here somewhere. So we're gonna spend some time. We're gonna think about it. I probably, if I do have to run a rail line, just, you know, along here, I guess that's not the worst thing. We could probably get away with it. Probably get away with that. Might be kind of cool. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll go ahead and call it. My city's burning. People are dying. Sewage is overflowing everywhere. This is... I thought things were good, but they're clearly not. So we'll address this in future episodes. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night here, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time in this build. Apologies again for the internet connection. But now I know that I can just kind of disconnect and reconnect. And it seemed to kind of have a fixed issue for now. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Have a great week. And City Skylines episodes will be back soon. I promise. Just let me get, you know, just give me some patience. Summer's been really busy. But, you know, I'm just really glad to be back and playing the game, especially since the last update with the key walls and everything. It's been a lot of fun learning how to make, you know, really allows me to make a good waterfront. So I'm happy with this for now. I think it came out pretty good, all things considered. So especially for just being vanilla, it is possible. You just got to be a little patient with it. So thanks again. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next video / or live stream. Peace out.